UN faces severe cash crisis as Trump admin ramps up pressure on world body. Why is he able to do that? Why is he able to do that? What happens if you take this authority away from him? Rob, is this the clip for that conversation?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
go for it. Go for it.
The Secretary General has, as you know, repeatedly made clear the problem both of non-payment of Jews by member states and the related problem of the UN being forced to repay member states for budget expenses that it does not budget money that it does not spend, so those two factors have put us on an unsustainable trajectory. Although more than 150 member states paid their dues last year, we ended 2025 with a record $1.56 billion in outstanding dues, which is more than double that of the previous year. So unless either the payments come in or we're not compelled to spend, to return the monies that we are not able to spend because we didn't receive.
Can you say who the hell says 1.56? It's 1.568 billion. That's a 500 billion difference. Who is he? Is he
he is the deputy UN spokesperson, and his name
that's a terrible,
Farhan Haq.
Farhan Haq is his name?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't know who he is, but I don't know who says 1.56 billion. It's 1.568 billion at the end of 2025, and that collection covered only 76.7% of the assessed contributions, leaving the organization dangerously exposed. So, Tom, why is this happening? Why is this important?
Okay, watch this. This is a rule. So the world has been using, and I'm going to curse here, the world has been using the United States as its budget bitch for the UN. Let me share with you a rule that they have. Okay, let's say that you are the Prime Minister of Turkmenistan. And over in Turkmenistan, you're supposed to pay $500 million a year to the UN for your general dues. And so here you are at Turkmenistan, and you don't pay that. But did you know that the rules work like this? Let's say the UN looks at it and said, we were supposed to get 500 from Turkmenistan. Hey, but this year we only spent 300 on behalf of Turkmenistan. We owe them 200. They are sending the 200 back to you, even though you never paid the 500. There are two rules at the UN that do that. You see that? Mm-hmm. They return unspent funds, even though countries, in my fictitious example here, had never paid them. And guess who foots the bill? The West, primarily the US. So Trump has been going around to all these international clubs and associations we're part of and saying, that one's canceled, don't need that one, because we've been putting money in a hole and we have been used as the UN's budget bitch for a long time.
But watch this here. What if they come back and the Supreme Court says, you can't do that? You have to be a member of that place.
Well, then Turkmenistan isn't going to pay its bill.
What's the point of being a president if you can't make the decisions yourself? No, I don't want to pay it. You're going to come to us. There's a reason why you're short. Because the role we're playing.
That's right.
Jeff, your thoughts on this?
Come on, Gary,
I mean, the UN has become
a
money laundering agency for a lot. Like Tom said, it's an accounting shell game. It's basically a money laundering operation in many ways. And I think the Trump administration, before getting to your point, Trump administration has said we're tired of it. We're done. We're not going to play these games anymore. And by the way, most of the UN exists to advocate for policies that are harmful to the United States to begin with. So why are we sending money to you people to do all these nefarious things? But to your point, if the Trump administration can't do that, look at what they're saying here. The UN is saying we're going to go bankrupt if we don't have the U.S. money. Which is what the Trump administration is saying. That's the pressure they're putting on the UN. Yeah. What he's saying is, look, we'll pay you, but you got to reform. You got to start doing stuff differently. He's using leverage. So your point is, if he can't use the leverage, we're not going to get anywhere.
What the hell is the point of me being a president if I can't make decisions? By the way, this goes back to this, what happened, Rob. I'm glad you found this clip. If you want to play this clip, reminder of how quickly they change their position when they think they can defend themselves without America's help. Go ahead, Rob.
The direct answer to the question of this panel, can Europe defend itself? My answer is unequivocally yes.
Without the Americans?
Without the Americans, I mean...
How?
Yeah, how?
Look,
But you're relying on them for these key elements. You've said earlier that Europe can defend itself without the Americans. If it comes down...
not exactly.
This is
more or less. More or less.
Well, you know,
this is
We'll go
permanent.
back to the
Yeah. So, Brandon, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I have no love for the UN. And my favorite thing ever was when Trump in 2017 went to the UN and said the future does not belong to globalists, it belongs to patriots. And, stuff like this shows just how much these international bodies are actually the U.S. with a different name on it rather than this international body that's working against the U.S. Like when the WHO, the same thing. Trump pulled funding from them and they fell apart, and that the guy Tedros was freaking out about that. It was like the U.S., I think it was like 70% of the money going to the WHO and then a little bit from Bill Gates Foundation. So all these international bodies miraculously that are working against us are getting the majority of their money from us, which is amazing. But so I'm glad that Trump is exposing that and taking the money away from them. I don't think the UN does anything that's good for America. I don't think it does too much that's good for the world. It's mostly just for show. And same thing with a lot of these international bodies. And I'm happy about it, and I agree with you. It's like if the board was able to undermine everything that a CEO does, like what's the point of negotiating anything?
I fully agree. I think there needs to be the opportunity for him to impose himself and to walk into a room and command respect. And where does that respect come from? Is it because he's Khabib and he knows how to fight? Is it because he's Mike Tyson? He's got a great uppercut? No, Trump said on Logan Paul, I've never been in a fight in my life. Or is it because when he walks in, because of the access to decisions that he can make, others have to respect what power we have, and he's representing us in these big rooms, and we support it. So to me, it's very important what's going on. Gang, once a year we host an event called the Sales Leadership Summit. If you're a sales leader running a business and you want to find out how is the most effective way to move your revenue, watch this clip about the event that's coming up with Sales Leadership Summit. Go ahead, Rob. Say you're a CEO, you're a boss, you're an executive, you're a leader. Which of these four feelings do you want your employees or your sales team to feel the most? Do you want them to like you? Do you want them to trust you? Do you want them to respect you? Or do you want them to fear you? And if I was to ask you to order them and say, I think I want them to like me first, then I want them to trust me, then I want them to respect me, I don't want them to fear me, right? This whole thing that we're talking about. Developing salespeople in a big sales team, which can exponentially increase the valuation of your company, your income, your lifestyle. This is a big problem to solve. You have to get these four things in order while you're developing people. Once a year, I host a conference called the Sales Leadership Summit, which is purely about developing salespeople. And we go through this 200-page manual together. This year, we're doing it at the Trump Doral from March 25th to the 27th. And that dynamic of like, trust, respect, and fear is one of the ones that creates a lot of debate. If you want to find out how you can attend this event, click on a link below, get registered. One of our consultants will get a hold of you. All right, having said that, click on a link below. This is, you have to qualify to attend. You need to do a minimum of $1 million and have 5 people on your sales team to attend this conference. But the link is below. Click on it, talk to our consultants. They will tell you all about it. Cannot wait to see many of you there this year at Trump Doral. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.